Hi everyone, it's Jenny with Joey and Jenny's Little Yellow House. And we're on YouTube and Instagram at Joey143Jenny. And we're on Facebook at Joey and Jenny's Little Yellow House. Okay, I'm back. I'm going to try to do as much as I can to finish up this little tin journal that we started, inspired by the Vintage Daisy on Facebook. And I wanted to decorate a little bit and then just put a little bit on the back because I feel like you could journal a little bit here, you know, and I think that would be fun. Okay, and so that's what we're going to do. Then also, hopefully, if we have time, I have this one drying. I did go ahead and paint the bottom and right here where it had the expiration date. And then I'll probably put another coat. I put a little bit of brown throughout just so it looked like it went together. And then I'll probably put a little bit more of the coffee over that, the coffee Mod Podge over that. So I'll try not to blind you, but maybe you can see a little bit on how that Mod Podge dries. Kind of puddly. So I've got it tipped a little bit like this to dry while that brown paint dries. Okay, I'm just going to set it over there a little bit out of the way and just use this one. So my thought was I had some of this felt left from when I made those Oreos for the birthday party. This was the inside of the Oreos. That was an idea from Kathy, and I thought it was super fun. So I thought what I would do is use this one as, to make the template, and then it would be ready to go when that gets dry. So, let's see, I'd like to put one on the inside, one here, and one on the inside, just so you can't see the Altoids, and then I'll cover them. So I'm going to, let's see, I think I'll fold it this way. And see if I can do it. I think I'll fold it that way, yeah. And try to keep them together. Let's see, do I have a pin over here? Maybe. A pin in there. I have two pins. I keep them here just in case I need one to unstop something. So let's just cut these real quick. And and I want to cut inside the line because I want them to fit inside where I'm putting them and not hang out to where you could see them. Because I'm going to put, you know, lace or fabric or something. I haven't really decided yet. I'm going to put that over it. So I hope everybody's having a good day. We're about to go into the weekend. This is the last work day. It's, even though, you know, I'm retired and I don't really have like a traditional work day, I try to stay with Joey on that so that I'm on schedule with him and don't plan things during his work week. You know what I mean? So, man, I am not doing a very good job cutting this. But again, it's just going to be to where hopefully we don't see that. So let's just see if it fits. Put my pins back real quick. May have to trim it a little bit more. Probably trim it down a little bit more because I can tell that it's going to come over. And that fits nice in there, but I still think I'm gonna trim it down just a smidgy down a little bit more. And that way when I put the lace or fabric in, it can go all the way to the edge. You won't see any of this felt. Let's see what that's like. Oops, wrong place. I think that's close. Take a little bit off of the end here. Okay, I think that one's close. So it looks like probably about 1/8 of an inch off the end and the side. It doesn't have to be super perfect, but I do want to try to avoid any harsh corner lines like that, because I think that might poke up through the fabric or lace. So that one will go inside, and let's see if this will fit inside the red. Still a little long. Just get that little corner off. I think that'll work. Okay, so I have those two cut. Have those two. That's awesome. Let's get rid of this, make a little extra space. I don't know if I'll need that. I don't know, do you guys do that? I kind of square up whenever I have anything left over. And if it's fabric, oftentimes I'll square it and then put what I cut off in my scraps. My scrap bin. Okay. And then I don't know, I might have to wait until I get this completely finished, but I did bring out some of the linens that I got at the when I bought all those napkins and such, because I cut off a bunch. Let's see if I cut off a bunch because I knew I wasn't going to use it all. And like, this is a really pretty, could go with botanical. Where's that at? I'm just using this to measure and see how thin that is. So I could layer that up and put over. Like, I could put this over it. Look how it ravels so nice. Put this over, and then I could put some more stuff on. So I think this is a good choice. What's going on here? This side looks weird. I think I'm going to go ahead and cut that, set it out. Oh, I remember. This is really tough to tear. Whenever I find something that's tough to tear, so like it has a very strong long grain, and then the short grain is really, really tough, then I put it in my scissors kind of in the, oh, what do I want to call that? Just the joint, whatever. And I just kind of saw it. Try not to poke my eye out. It gives it a nice rough edge, and then when I ruffle it, or, you know, pull it, kind of looks pretty cool. Doesn't look, you know, perfectly done. So there's that. And I do want to take a little bit more. I'll rough cut this too, because more like a saw, actually, saw and cut, because I might use that to decorate. Okay, so that's fun. That's very fun. Okay, where did I get that? Right here. I think I want to kind of stay with the darker colors. This is off that same piece. I don't know that there's anything in here. This is a really great time to bring out the pickle jar, so maybe I'll do that, but for these little pieces. But is there anything else here that I want to put on the front? Here's that feedback, that calendar type of thing, and I wonder if it has anything good to put on there. I don't see anything that's really catching my eye to put on there, so let's put that back over here. Okay, so I'm going to put that back on my shelf here in a minute. Oh, I know what we could do. Okay, so this is just a plate. I'm going to put this up here with these, so I know that's what that is intended for. Move my stuff out a little bit. I got out my Kathy Holden outdoorsy scraps, And actually, I think I have some yardage. Yes, I have some, probably a yard in there. The Outdoorsy is gorgeous. You may still be able to get some of that on Etsy. But here's some scraps. And so some of this might work really well. Like this would work really good in, you know, for a little botanical journal here. Ooh, that was tough. Oh boy. Okay, and I think I'm going to go ahead, take off, I probably won't be able to do that, take off that, if I can get a good grip. Ugh. That pinked edge. May not be able to. Can I? I don't think I can. I was kind of hoping to not have a straight line there. So I'm just cutting and pulling at the same time. Okay. Would be a little hard to do that if you were doing a whole yard, but you know, just a little piece, you can probably suffer through that. And then I'm just going to ruffle or get some of that off of there. I have my emery board. We could give it a good emery. Let's see. Let me grab that real quick. See if I can get some of that off of there. Yeah, much better. Okay, good. Gives it a nice little fray. Oopsie. All right, so there's that. That could go on the top, or if we decide not to, we could use pieces of it throughout the little journal. What else is on this? This is just a scrap of the Outdoorsy. Here's some more of that. This is the one that's the collage, and then I also, this one is where it's each piece is broken out individually. So I like to use these for slow stitching and applique and stuff like that. Okay, so I don't, maybe some of this cigar band would be fun. Let's see. Just to add a little color. Oh gosh. I don't have a whole lot of control when I tear, so when I tear, just when I get to going is when it's gone a little bit too far, so sometimes I just tear right into. Okay, that's fun. Let's see if I can do this. Oh, no. So let's cut and pull again with this one. All right, so let's see what's going on. Went to Bible study this morning. Oh, it was so good. Was talking about brought up a really interesting topic about retirement, and that you know, historically it's kind of a new concept, this talking about retirement, where you just stop, and so many people think, you know, things are over. And you know, I've told you before that in retirement sometimes I you know, ponder, what am I supposed to be doing? I'm not used to not, you know, striving for something and all of that. And this was talking about how, you know, the old saying is, God's not done with me yet, you know, as long as there's breath. And so that's what it was about, is really a lot about that, you know, every day, regardless if you're employed or what you're doing, it's, you know, an opportunity to serve in some way. And it was just a really good, I needed to hear it. The ladies that are in this women's Bible study with me are my age and older, and there's so much wisdom and, you know, women that have gone ahead of me in their lives, you know, and the different things that they've encountered. And so while I'm somewhat new to retirement, you know, many of them have what we call retirement, not working in a structured work environment. You know, they've experienced that. So it was a really good conversation. It was so good. And I'm really grateful to have, you know, those women in my life to, you know, listen to them, and they're so wise. And sometimes, you know, they'll even admit sometimes you don't know you're wise until you're sharing. And you're like, yeah, that's what God did for me. And this is how it worked out. It's so cool. Anyway, so I did that. And then my youngest granddaughter needed picked up from summer school. Went and got her. I was hoping she wanted to tootle, but she didn't want to tootle. She just wanted to go home. Her and her mama are gonna have a date this afternoon. So she wanted to get home and get some things done before their date. They were going to the art museum, and I thought that's awesome. I used to take my girls to the art museum when they were little. Oh, I loved it. I loved that experience with them. And so we did that. And then a dear friend of mine, when I had my vintage store, I'm going to put this in my pickle jar. She had a vintage store down the way from me. Okay, I'm going to pause for a second because let's get the pickle jar out. And I need to think here for a sec. All right, why am I putting that on? Let's just leave that off. Okay. All right, this I'm going to put over with the lid stuff. Okay, I'm going to keep this out because we may do something. I don't know. I'll keep it out. I'll put this over with the lid. These, okay. I'm all over the place. What I want to do now is I'm going to tear a page out. I remember I got this gardener's catalog at an estate sale when we were traveling last. And so I want to just tear out a page that has, aren't those beautiful? That has I think I want to get a lot of text. Wow, these are I haven't had a chance to even look at this. It's gorgeous. Wow. It's not as old as you would think it is. I can't remember if I told you, but I think it's from the 70s. Yeah, 1974. But look at whatever this paper is, really, really got it turned into a beautiful color. Okay, so I think I want kind of this kind of text. Let's just take that out. Then we can get this book off the desk, and I'll move my Kathy Holden fabrics, get that off. Then I can pull out this extra slide over here. Okay. So my thought is also, I really thought I was more organized, but I guess I'm not. In my head, I'm somewhat organized. Then I have this that I put all my little scraps and stuff in. There's some scraps that I painted one day. Okay, so then let's just make like little, kind of what Michelle from the Vintage Daisy did is she made just little kind of collages on. And I do have, well, I've got my pickle jar, and then I also have some of my, is this my lace scraps? What's this thing doing in there? What's this doing in there? Yeah, these are lace scraps. Huh, I don't know what those are doing in there. Okay, so we'll put that over here as an easy grab. All right, let's just go. Let's put maybe even some of this down. Ooh, that is so beautiful. I'm going to just gently tear that off. Okay. Where's my glue gun? Or I mean my glue stick, not my glue gun. These that I'm using are from digitals that didn't print well. I don't know, I think my ink was about out, so I thought, oh, I don't want to waste that paper. Okay. I'm tempted to put a little piece on everything and then come back and do something different, but we'll just see how it plays out, because I don't know if that's what I'll do or not. Yeah, put that in the pickle jar. Okay. How about we, oops, I tore it too much. Take out the word plants. Put it on there somewhere. Okay. That's too fragile and little, I think, for the pickle jar. It's not, if it wasn't fragile, it wouldn't be too little, but and then let's take some of this font. I think this looks good. Okay. All right, what was I going to tell you? Oh, yes. So my friend, when I had my little vintage store, she had a store down the road. We were in the historic district of our town. We live outside the big town now, the big city. But at the time, I lived in that city. And anyways, the historic district. And I had a little shop. And she had a really beautiful large shop, and it was all vintage, mostly, I'm going to say 90% vintage clothing probably. And then vintage finds. You guys, this place was unbelievable. And it was known for, you know, all around the states, and people from everywhere would come and visit this shop. I mean, if you were doing any type of production of any sort and you needed period, like from, I'd say, the 30s to the late 60s, you need any clothing like that, that was definitely a place to go. Absolutely beautiful things. And anyway, she pinged me the other day and told me that she was having a garage sale. So she and I are very much alike in this way, in the sense that when we closed our store, although we liquidated a lot of it, there's so many things that you just couldn't part with. And I still have some of those things that I'm just now getting to a point where I can part with. I'm mostly vintage fabric. I have a huge vintage fabric collection, and so does she. Just unbelievably gorgeous. Well, anyway, she's having a garage sale, so she pinged me about it, so I went over to that today, and today was day one of the garage sale. And oh my gosh, not only does she have beautiful things, but she's also amazing at like marketing and presenting stuff. And this garage sale was so organized. So of course I purchased things there, and it was such a delight to see her. And I'll probably show you some things in an upcoming little video. I'm going to do one more piece of this paper, and then maybe we'll put some, I keep dumping stuff on the floor, maybe we'll put some lace and this fabric on there. Anyways, it was so good to see her. We've only seen each other a couple of times. She came to one of my junk journal workshops, and I went over to her house. It's been a couple of years now, I'm ashamed to say, but she has an amazing cottage garden, and we went over and sat out and drank some tea in her garden. And I mean, it's just as lovely as it sounds, you know. I mean, it was just amazing. So anyways, it was super good to see her. Then I went to an estate sale, and it was a bust. Nothing. But I was able to connect with the lady that was running it to maybe see, you know, let her know what I look for, and maybe she can keep an eye out and text me if she comes across something. She says she knows that she has something coming up that might, you know, have some things for me, and gave her my number. I need to make the next step, because she asked me if I would contact her, you know, like text her, or I like that there. And I think I'm just going to put this on with glue stick. Contact her so she would have, you know, so that we would be in contact before that sale, you know, just to kind of keep it fresh in mind. So I told her I definitely would. So I need to remember to do that. That's the only problem, is remembering to do that. So that was fun. You know, it's always fun to meet people and to make those connections, and super sweet lady. And what else has been going on? It's blistering hot here, and I'm going to cut this because I've noticed that when I do rip it, which I don't mind, it gives a little bit of this kind of fatigued look here. I don't mind that, but I don't want it to take away from the colors of this, and sometimes it can. So I'm gonna just do that, and then I'm gonna try to unravel a little bit. And I usually will pull from the corner. It seems like that's the best place to get the most bang for your buck on unraveling like that. Isn't that pretty? Oh, that Kathy Holden. What are we going to do with her? Yeah, that's gorgeous. So, what else? Speaking of Kathy Holden, I'm dying to get out there to see her. And we go to, where do we go? It's, oh, what is the name of that place? That little thrift store I always tell you about, that I go when I'm out there, and, you know, everything is so inexpensive. It's just a crafting thrift store, and that's all it is. I think I'm just going to take a little midge out of this right here. I think I'm going to saw it off. Yeah, so, oh man, it's on the tip of my tongue. Every time I start to talk, I think about it, the name of it, but then I can't ever remember it. That's pretty. You know what? I'm going to put that there, but I think I'm going to put a little bit of something behind it. Maybe a little bit of this. Yeah, so see, on that long part, that comes off nice. Look at how fun that is. this down on this. After I went to the estate sale, I was in a part of the neighborhood, or in the part of the town that I knew had a Sonic. And once in a while, I get a craving for a, where's my pickle jar? I get a craving for a corn dog. Maybe it's because it's summertime and the fair is going to come around at some point, I guess. And I get a hankering for a corn dog. But anyway, so I went to look for the Sonic and they had closed it. Disappointed. So I had to drive all, which I mean, I was heading back home anyways. But I thought I'll eat that corn dog on the way home. So when I got home, I had to run to our Sonic and get, how pretty is that? And get my corn dog. Always get just the kids' meal. It's plenty. Plenty. Yeah, that's going to be super cute. Okay, I'm going to have to get out some different fabric or some different glue, though, for that. Okay, I'm going to get my Fabri-Tac. Where is it? You can still see where it says Pawson Seeds, so that's nice. So you can still see the botanical part of that, because that's the first page. Okay, because that's going to be the first page of the journal. Okay. What else? Okay, let's see here. Let's put some. Maybe we'll just continue on with this fabric of Kathy's here. See if I can tear this. I'm going to just chew that off right there. Okay. Already have some there. That strawberry doesn't really make sense since nothing is strawberry, or I mean fruit on this. That might be nice on this one. Okay. What else is in the pickle jar before I move on to my scraps here? I love these things. These are little strips from when I cut lace that is, let's see if I can find some here. When I cut lace that is ruffled, like this right here. Now this lace, or I'm sorry, this ruffle lays nice and flat for the most part. It has a little bit, but a lot of times the ruffle is really tight, and so I'll cut this off, and I always save these because I think they leave, you know, they make such a beautiful little trim like that. They add just the perfect such and such, I think. A little string of glue. And I don't even care if it's on the right side, just whichever one feels flat. Sometimes the wrong side is just as fun. Okay, so I think pickle jar, you've done us good, but I think I'm going to get into my scraps. Okay, move it to the back here. We need to have a pickle jar day again, to where we just go through, you know, the pickle jar. Oh, I forgot to put this back. I'll put it in here in my scraps. Okay, what else? Okay, so this has a little bit, that has a little bit. We might even put more on one, but we'll see. Just kind of poking around in here. That's pretty. Oh my gosh, that is so pretty. Here's some more funness. Yeah, that's really fun. I'm going to put that for the front. Put that over on the front. That's neat. This would be fun. Let's take a little piece of that. Whoops. Oh, and it's a corner too. That's fun too. Can't help it. I think it's all so fun. Yeah. Okay, can you see that? Okay. I'm just going to put a little bit of this down, and then I'll not make it too thick, and then I'll just run it, you know, just kind of smooth it out a little bit, so hopefully it doesn't run through too much through the fabric. It's very, very, very thin fabric, so it is possible that we'll see it. And then we'll put some of Kathy's fabric on that too. Anyways, my friend and I, the one that had the garage sale, we committed to getting together again. I think about, I can't even tell you how many times I think about that day we sat in her beautiful, well, we actually sat in her screened-in porch that was overlooking her beautiful garden after I toured her garden. Tons of roses. Yeah, we committed that we would do that. Get together. Oh, we just need to make it happen. You know, you just have to you have to make things happen. And I'm good at it and I'm not good at it. I have desire and intention, and then sometimes just not the follow through. That's very pretty. Cut that right there. I'm going to put it on here first, and then if need be, I'll put a little smidgy-midge underneath it. Just kind of squish it up so it doesn't get in the way of the hinges here. Okay. Awesome. I'm liking it. I'm liking how it's coming out. It was a fun idea that Michelle had. And of course we're using the Junk Journal Studio botanical. Look at this. The botanical kit. Let's take a little bit of that. Oops. Where'd it go? Nope. There it is. I love it. I mean, you cover up a little bit, but part of it is, you know, when you collage, is the layering. Remember when we did like a masterboard, and we do the first layer of the masterboard, then we cut it out and we rearrange it kind of like a puzzle, and then we add another layer, and then we cut that out. That's the fun of it. Let's see. I know we're winding on some time here, so. Ooh, that's neat. Piece of fabric there. Let's put that here. Where to? I love that fold. Let's put it there. And then we'll squish that fold in. Get a little glue on that fold and then we'll squish her. I did plant a few more flowers. The zinnias are coming up, or whatever, something I planted over there in that wildflower garden. The seeds are coming up. I need to go and water them again. It's been so hot today. I don't know. Let me look at them individually. I think that's what I need to do. I love that. Almost feel like it could use something, but I don't know what. This one it definitely needs something. What could it have? Where's that? Oh. Oops. I'll put that back. You know what? Actually, I think I'm going to put that on here. We'll keep that out. Okay. Oh, look at this. This is what we're putting on the front, but let's put a little bit here too. Yeah, this is one of those that you really can't tear, or you'll just tear strings off. So let's put that on and then find, oh, I love that. And then find something to just go right in the center. Oh, I love that. What do we have? Something little to go right in the center. Littles usually find their way to the bottom. Those must have little pieces in them, because normally I don't keep a bag of stuff in here. How about this? Oops. How about one of these little things? See? I think that's going to be perfect. Ah, too much glue. Okay. Get another, there'll be another paper towel. Okay, this, I don't know if you can see that very well. That little teeny tiny dot in there. Because, I mean, I can see it here, but I think the glue made it a little transparent. I might have to put, maybe come through it with a stitch of something, maybe some brown or something like that. Okay, all right, so this one is probably done. This one I need to put a stitch or something through it. That one I think is done. I like that. It's a little shiny there. This one, I think I'm going to I'm going to stamp on it. Stamp off a little bit first. Okay. Okay, perfect. All right. So I think that one's close to being done, if not done. You see it okay? I like how this one looks. And I think that one's okay. They still all could use a little bit of something just because I like to keep layering, but I feel like fabric wise it's probably okay, and now I can, if I want to, put another layer of paper on there. I was kind of hoping that that thing was going to be done dry so we could work on the top, but it looks like this is going to be a 3-parter. Which is okay. We'll get the top done in the next one. And I always say this, but it shouldn't take too long. Put that on there. I think I'm going to use a little bit of this just because I'm going to go over all those layers plus the fabric. Okay, so far so good. Do we have anything else? Here's a waxed page, a number. That might be something fun. This is kind of fun. Yeah, I'm gonna put these. These are gonna go in the pickle jar. And then when we do a pickle jar activity, we'll pull them out and use them. Okay, at this point I'm really just playing. I'm just having such a good time with this. Okay. Okay, let's see what else we can find in here. This is fun. This is out of a cookbook, and it was, this used to say, I think, Sunday dinner. Just keep peeling little words out. That might be fun there. I think I like it. Yeah, this other side you can see it says dinners. Yeah, I like that. Okay, what else do we have? Let's see. Looking for a word that might be fun to put on there, but let's see one. These were the leftovers from when we did, we did the rusting, paper rusting. I don't know what book this was. But basically what I did is, if I remember right, this has been a little while ago, is that we, I took pages that were in this book, the margins that I tear out, I took those and just threw them in the solution. I thought I saw a word on here that I wanted to use. Darn. Oh, and here's some more. Those turned out fun. We could use that. These turned out grungier. It was a really interesting thing. It was kind of dependent on what type of paper, and then it also depended on if the paper had been coffee dyed. I don't know if you remember that or not. It was just a really interesting way that the papers all turned out. There's a video on it somewhere in there. Where's this going? How about right there? Okay. All right. I probably should let you go. I think we're kind of on in time. But I think it's been kind of fun. Let's smash that up a little bit. Yeah. Yep, we've been on in time. How much time have we? Oh, yeah, it's been... Okay. There you go. So far, this is what we have. I'll probably work a little bit on it off camera and then come back and show it to you probably tomorrow when I do the lid and the inside and try to get, you know, that done. Now in the back, I really feel like I'm going to leave that to be writing space. That's what I'd like to do. It's cute. I love it. Thanks, Michelle, from the Vintage Daisy. It's a very fun project. Okay, everybody. Hope you have a super great day. I hope you get to craft or journal. Write something. Just write something. Even if it's on, you know, a napkin or, you know, someplace that you visited or something and you have a little business card, just write something. That's journaling. Enjoy the day. And don't forget, we pray blessings over you and we want you to know you're so loved. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye, everyone.